So here it is. Please yourself. Change yourself. Can't please anyone else. God knows you can't change anyone else. Please yourself, change yourself. Now, when you become a proponent of this idea, you have a bunch of people come up and say, oh, that's going to open the door to a permissive society, because somebody could come along and say, I'm going to please myself by being a child molester. I patiently let them finish. And then I say, well, here's the key. It's impossible to please yourself if you're not putting together the kind of things inside yourself that confirm that. You can be phony with other people. You can't be phony with yourself. It doesn't open the door to permissiveness. And since when, while we're on this subject, did the Ten Commandments ever change the world? That's not permissive. That's thou shalt not. No one cares. So this Jesus of Nazareth fellow, who, by the way, told us that we're not spiritual. We are poor in spirit. He put forth the theory that we're going to have to please ourselves to change ourselves. And in changing ourselves, we will have an element of pleasing ourselves. But if we're trying to please anyone, including God, we're going to fall flat on our face. We're going to be very resentful, and we're going to be intimidated to do stupid stuff. He makes 3 quick suggestions on what to do in the process of pleasing yourself. He said you should mourn. In other words, give a damn. But I bet, how do you do that? I don't know. You fake it. To this day, I don't suddenly get overwhelmed with mourning, overwhelmed with feeling for someone. I sit and I listen as my gift to myself so that I don't turn into an asshole. And in the process of doing that, sometimes I'm brought to tears. Sometimes I feel. You don't feel and then do. You do, then feel. Did you follow that? You don't feel and then do. We're human beings. We do, and then we feel. We give a damn. And we learn to give a damn by practicing it. It's not natural. It's the same thing with being meek. Meek is being put down nowadays, You gotta be tough. I'm tough. I'll take you out behind the barn and beat your butt, Hey there, that's the kind of leader we want. Really? Really, do we want a leader that beats up people from foreign countries, the best of 3 falls, or whatever they can come up with? Or a little meekness involved here. What is meekness? Meekness is holding off. The initial emotion tells me to do something, but I hold off long enough to see if there's a better possibility. That's meek. Meek is not walking around being weak. Meek is waiting for better choices instead of jumping on the first thing that comes along and tells you to kick somebody's ass. So I mourn. I give a damn. I'm meek. I buy some time. I buy some time to see if a better solution comes out. And then I'm just flat out merciful. And once again, I don't feel it. If you're sitting around waiting for yourself to feel like giving, or to feel like you want to mourn, or to feel like you're merciful, you'll never do it. It's not in our genetics and in our creation being to just evolve these things up. We practice them. I'm merciful. I decide to give a chance to those who have no chance. I'm merciful. I am allowed to please myself and to only change myself as long as I'm willing to mourn. That means I give a damn. I practice it. As long as I'm meek. In other words, I slow things down. Don't take the first thing that pops in my mind to do. And I'm merciful. I decide to give people another chance because I'm pretty damn sure it's going to come up in my life real soon. These are the steps that are necessary for me to do that so I can have this permissive life of only being responsible to myself, pleasing myself, and changing myself. In doing this, I reach a point where I become valuable because I'm not walking around pissed off all the time, pissing on people, trying to make them pissed off too, so that the whole world will be pissed off, so I can complain to God about how pissy his creation truly is. Mourn. Be meek. Be merciful.